Welcome
up there, boys and
to
girls.
the Twitchers,
Yeah, welcome.
or as Chris likes to say, boys and girls.
You know, I was thinking about changing it to friends instead of boys and girls because you're all
I like-
adults.
I like
You like boys and girls? Okay.
What's your tagline now? Your stuff
All right,
over.
we'll keep it up. His computer's spinning. He's going to come on any second now.
Okay.
We're waiting for Matthew Burton, our guest for the day. His computer's spinning.
Damn technical difficulties. We hate them.
Yeah. Hey, so it's the Chris and Mike show. I'm Chris. He's Mike. We're waiting for Matthew Burton to come on our show today.
Patiently waiting.
Who's a good friend of mine. He's a fellow member of the Mesa, or is it the Mesa Rotary Club or the Rotary Club of Mesa? One of those two.
I think
But why?
Mark said it was the Mesa Rotary Club.
There you go. So while we wait for him, we're going to jump on. I'm going to share his screen. So he's a nice guy who gives back. This is one of the things that he's doing. It's the Saguaro Showdown Ultra race with Matthew Burton. So this is Matthew Burton, which I was surprised last week he showed up at Rotary like this, all clean shaven.
Yes.
And I usually he's got some scruff going on. So
Looks like me.
right.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, so the furthest he's ever run before is 50 kilometers, which is 31 miles. I've never even done that. The most I've ever done was 21 miles when I was helping train Nikki, our buddy Torsten. You know Torsten. Torsten and Nikki were going to run the PF Chambers Rock and Roll Marathon in Arizona. So I wasn't ready to do a full yet. So I was just helping them train. So the furthest I've ever gotten was 21 miles. But he's doing this in January, and Nikki and I are going to sign up for this. And it's a cool thing. It's to help raise money. Part of the money that he's going to raise is also going to go to Foster 360, which if you guys have been on with us before, we had Mark Young on the show from United Way. That's his thing that he created. It helps transition the kids that age out of foster care. And for those of you that don't understand that, when you hit 18 years old in the system, in foster care system, you're gone. There's no...
You're an adult.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know if it's like, 12:01 a.m. that day you turn 18, you're gone, Mike, see ya. Or if it's like, you're out by 5 o'clock, but there's that gap in that too. So Matthew is helping raise money for that program as well as his United Sound. I'm going to share the next part of it so you guys can see it. If you're in Arizona, by all means, you can I would assume you can participate in this. So let's see. There is Matthew's coming on. So there is the Scarface Mountain Trail Run. That's the Facebook page, and I doubt you have to be here in order to participate because you could just donate money. That would be cool. This is the inaugural trail run, 5K, 10K race and fun race at the Usury Mountain Regional Park in Mesa. So this is just some of the scenery, if you will, of that. Which is
Beautiful
pretty epic.
desert scenery for sure.
Oh, and the storms that we've had the last week, like that. See, that's fantastic.
That's awesome.
All the storms and all the rain we've had from remnants of a hurricane or a typhoon, one of those things. It's all come. That's where the run is. So I've done some stuff there, but Matthew is actually putting together an entire thing for that. Look, there's Matthew Burton right
Welcome,
on cue.
Matthew.
It's all
I'm
about
so
technology,
sorry.
man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about
no
it.
apologies necessary, man. We
Don't worry about
understand
it.
technical difficulties better than anybody.
Yeah. So I'm going to stop sharing because Matthew's here now. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Matthew Burton.
Thank you for
Introduce
coming
yourself,
on,
Matthew.
Matthew.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So I was kind of, what's that? What's all that noise, Matthew? Stop all that. Okay. So there you go. We were talking about we were talking about your United Sound run, and then I pulled up the Scarface Mountain. So the Scarface Mountain one's first,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
And
it's
then what do you
January
raise-
3rd, Saturday.
Okay. Okay. So tell us
And-
what you're doing with that and what you're raising money for, etc.
So, really, really great opportunity with the Rotary Club of Mesa, and it's 100% paid for by sponsors for mostly small businesses in Mesa. So
Okay.
they've paid for all the costs. So all
Nice.
of the entry fees are going to go 100% to charities. There's two charities that we're going to benefit. One is a charitable foundation of the Rotary Club of Mesa, which reaches out to local support in Mesa and sometimes also some international charities, but mostly local. And then, so 50% will go to them, and 50% will go to the Foster 360, which is a Mesa charity. And it really reaches out and gives resources and help and mentors to foster kids who have aged out of the system.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And then the next one you're doing is is it United Sound? That's the one?
United Sound. Yeah. That one will, that one's going to hurt a lot more for me. So I have, I've been an avid runner for a very long time. I was a Division I track and field runner.
Where at?
University of Arizona.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's
But
really
I
cool.
ran middle distance, long sprints. So distance is a little bit different. So I've done a couple of 50K ultra marathons out on some trails. A 50K is 31 miles.
Oh my God.
And now I'm going to try to do this backyard ultra, which is very interesting. Backyard ultras, if you aren't familiar with it, there's a 4.16 mile course, and you have 1 hour to run one loop. And then it starts on the hour every hour.
Right.
And so if I finish in 45 minutes, I have 15 minutes to rest before the next loop starts.
Okay.
If I don't get back to the starting line, I'm out. And they'll allow one runner to complete 24 hours if there's only one runner. But after 24 hours, there needs to be at least 2 runners to keep the race going. So there's no set distance. It could go on for days. The first year they did this race, it's out at Usury also. It's called the Saguaro. It's the Saguaro Showdown Backyard Ultra. It's January 24th of next year. So it's shortly after the Scarface Trail Run. There's no set finish line. You just need to be the last person standing. So everyone except for one person is a DNF, did not finish, a loser.
Okay.
There's only one winner, one finisher. 2 years ago, the finisher went more than 48 hours, which equated to over 200 miles.
Wow.
Last year, I think they did 116 miles, so it was 27 hours. So
200
we'll see.
miles?
Yeah, and they got 10 to 15 minutes of rest every hour, not enough time to really sleep, barely to like eat, drink, and maybe change some shoes. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I've heard about these things, but I've never talked to somebody who's experienced it, so that's really cool.
And I haven't experienced it yet either.
Well,
This is
okay,
my first time.
that's going to experience it. So you explained it really well too. I'm not a runner, so I understand what you were saying about, you got to you have to have the competition, or obviously there is no competition if you don't have at least 2 people going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
And so go ahead.
Well, no, I was just saying I'm a runner too, which we've never really talked about that. But Nikki and I probably done 100 half marathons since 2015. But no, we're like never did any ultras. I think we did one ultra. It was Estrella Mountain. It was like 17. No, it wasn't an ultra. I'm sorry. Take the word out of my mouth. It was a 17.
A trail run.
Right. A 17K trail run. And so I love trail run. We've done the Ragnar stuff, not the van, not driving the van down, but just McDowell Mountain. We've done that 3 times, the whole Ragnar thing. And for those of you who don't know, Ragnar Mountain is kind of like you run in camp. You have 3 different loops, and you have certain times you got to hit them. And then between the runs, everybody on your team runs continuously is running a loop. But when you're not running, then you're free to do what you want,
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. It doesn't drive me nuts, but it's insane to me the first time I did it. Like, people party. They're partying between their loops, man. It's like, how do you drink beers and then go running? I don't get it. And so
They offer like shots and beers to runners when they're coming into finish.
It's crazy. That's like the rock and roll marathon in Phoenix. They have beer stations lined up, and the first time I ran the half in that, I didn't Nikki told me, because I don't drink, right? Everybody knows the show. I've been sober for 20 years. So coming around the last like 2 miles, there's this table, like this white table. And I just assumed it was little water Gatorade. And, they handed me this little cup, man. And I grab it and like, oh, it's freaking beer. I'm like, what are you doing to me? I mean, it spit it out, so I didn't swallow it. So it didn't count. But still, it's like, what are you kidding me? And then when we get back, she's like, yeah, they just hand out. I'm like, oh, you could have told me that because, I told you just take it from the aid station. I'm like, well, I don't know. I've never done a full half.
Looks like an aid station. Yeah.
Right? Totally. So while we were waiting for you with your technical difficulties, we kind of pulled up the old United Sound thing, which last week at Rotary, you showed up like this, all clean shaven. I'm like, who is this guy? Because I've always seen you with the scruff, man. So, so I'm assuming
every once in a while I shave it off. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just mentioned Foster 360, so I'm going to share that because we like to share things for folks. This is what Matthew talked about. This is Foster 360. I was kind of explaining to Mike before you jumped on it. The whole purpose of this, when Mark Young set it up, was those kids that age out of foster care. There's a gap between what to do now. So Mark's a super cool guy. That he's a superhuman. But so this is their page. This is what they do. So by all means, if you want to learn more about Foster 360, if you want to donate to that program, please do so. And then you can correct me if I'm wrong in this. Like with this stuff you're doing, Matthew, can people just donate if they're not in state and not run, but still kind of give you donations for both the Saguaro and the United Sound?
The Scarface Mountain Trail Run, we don't have a link set up for donations, but we definitely encourage and send people to the Foster 360 website and would love any donations to them.
Okay.
Right? And another thing to kind of look at the Foster 360, I just finished reading a book about the foster care system. If anyone is a book reader out there, it can be a difficult one, but it's called Wards of the State, and it follows kind of the lives of a couple of people who went through the foster system, and it's rough. There's some good stories of resilience, but there's also some pretty sad stories as well in the foster system.
Maybe you know the answer to the question. Then one thing that Chris brought up before you came on was, does this take effect? Like, we know that after 18, there's no more help for them, right? So at 12:01 on their 18th birthday, is there no more money available for them? Is that really how harsh it is?
I don't know the answer to that. I just had a group discussion with about this book, and there are 3 people who lived through the foster care system.
Okay. And
one of them shared the experience of one foster house where midnight or maybe the next morning after turning 18, regardless if they've graduated high school or not, they are out of the house because they no longer receive payment. There's amazing foster care workers out there.
Sure.
But there are some out there who may take advantage of the situation, and
of course,
and it's tough. So yeah, I don't know the exact answer to your question, but that's some stories I've heard.
Yeah. So I grabbed the there it is, Scarface Mountain. I was trying to find the other one, but this is the trail run, the Scarface Mountain Trail Run, 10K, 5K fun run. January 3rd, Usery Mountain Regional Park.
Yeah.
Right?
It's going to be fun. Could I talk a little bit more about the race?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about what you want,
here,
man. This is all about you sharing your stuff with us. You want to talk about the mountain, the Scarface one?
Yeah, Scarface Mountain. There's just some cool things about Scarface Mountain.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I've been running out on those trails at Usery Mountain for many years now. Love it. Me and my wife.
We're in 23 countries, so tell people kind of where this is in relation to.
Yeah.
So in the American Southwest, in the Sonoran Desert region, where saguaros are, a lot of this in this area. I don't think that's anything in particular, but you see this kind of scenery out at the trails. It's in northeast Mesa of Arizona. It's going to be beautiful in the winter. That's the time to visit. So all those people out of country or out of state come to Arizona in January and come run this race. The Scarface Mountain Trail Run is inside Usery Mountain. Usery Mountain Regional Park Usury Mountain is named after a interesting character from the region. The Usury Park is actually his old grounds where he kept his cattle, his ranch, and now it's turned into a county park. But he had some difficult times, and him and a partner, Henry Blevins, I believe is his name, and there's a trail inside the park called Blevins Trail. So there's the two namesakes. They came into some hard times around 1896, and this is a little bit after the Wyatt Earp times and the cowboys of that time still in stagecoaches. Right. And so the news was probably there, and Usury and Blevins had the idea, we're going to rob a stagecoach. They stole 2 bars of silver from a stage, and the sheriff went and investigated, and a neighbor saw Usury burying something in his land, which is Usury Park, and directed the sheriff to it and found the 2 stolen bars of silver. Usury was arrested and imprisoned for that. So this race, that happened on January 6th.
Oh.
We can't really have the race on a January weekday usually. We're going to do it on the first Saturday. That's not the 1st or 2nd of January. We're going to try to do it annually. So it's almost on this anniversary of this event. There will be some silver bars. If people find a silver bar, not real silver, sorry everyone, and return it at the finish, they'll win a prize. So
that's cool,
it's kind of fun stuff. Yeah,
that's very cool. So I'm sharing images of Usury of the Usury Park just because, some people I see. I've been in Arizona since I was 3, man. So I could give a crap about cactus. Like I don't have cactus in my front yard. Want
but
cactus,
for
man,
the people
try.
who have never been,
I know.
I lived there for 20 years myself, so I kind of got jaded towards it. You see it every day. You don't appreciate the beauty. But so now I've been gone for 15 years, and just looking at those pictures while you were telling that story, Matthew, without all the houses and seeing the urban development, as you told that story, he just set the backdrop, right? That's the American Southwest for sure. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the story of Wyatt Earp and the cowboys and all that. Yep.
Absolutely. And to somebody that lives, especially in like Europe or Asia or, that Australia, you don't see that kind of, that's unique to Arizona and the United States, right? That Sonoran Desert.
Yeah, saguaros are nowhere else in the world. It's just in the Sonoran Desert. Yeah.
Chris, there's somebody behind you.
It's Trip, man. It's a little Trip.
Oh, I don't think you're in danger.
It's my grants. No. He likes to come when he's mad. He's mad because I didn't answer the door.
Pop's in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, you guys keep talking.
How did I lose your audio, Matthew?
If you is that better? Can you hear me now?
I can now. There you go. So
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. Tell you a little bit more about Scarface. So the mountain, Pass Mountain, has a cut in its face, and it goes across the entire western face of the mountain. And so in the area, the locals have given it the nickname of Scarface Mountain. And that's another kind of unique feature about the race.
That's really cool. I'm trying to think in all the years I lived there if I ever went there. I'm embarrassed to say I don't remember, so I'm not sure if I ever made it there.
Did you recognize the Phoenix arrow in white stones? That's Pass Mountain. No, that's Usury Mountain, where Phoenix is written on it. Okay, and then inside the park, and they have a shooting range right by that Phoenix sign. Right across the street is Usury Mountain Park, but that's Pass Mountain.
Now I know exactly where you're talking about. I want an Oreo too, damn it.
Yeah, I know. Bring those out.
This is my stash. He comes over. He wants cookie.
Hi, buddy. Tell him to wave. Hi, buddy.
Wave. He's never seen a podcast before. Wave.
He's seen somebody wave.
Wave.
Hi.
He's fascinated.
Cookie.
Mike, where are you from? Where do you live now?
I live in central Illinois, so if you know where Peoria is, I'm about an hour east of there.
I've been to Decatur twice. Is that anywhere near Peoria?
Yeah, so Decatur would be southeast of me, I believe, about an hour and 45 minutes. So close. Yeah.
Okay.
Same kind of area.
Yeah, very green. A lot of soybeans and corn. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I always make the the
it's
joke
true.
on the podcast. I live in the middle of a cornfield, literally. There's like 12,000 people here.
I'm from Illinois, so my family's from Pleasant Plains. My grandparents had a working dairy farm in Pleasant Plains. My uncle and aunt and all of them live in the Quad Cities. He had like 4,000 acres and just like you said, soybean and corn. None of it was grown to stay in Illinois. It was all grown to be shipped to other countries for feed and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know.
And the crazy thing is you used to hear about, and I don't want to say that every farmer is rich now, but you used to hear about the poor farmer. We got to have farm aid, and all that stuff was true. And what became valuable was the land. Where things changed is it is incredible what farmland is worth now.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you're talking like, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars an acre.
Yeah, right.
Just selling off
John
sections,
Milton?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole John Mellencamp song, "Rain on the Scarecrow." That's
Great example.
Sums it all up, man. So that was Trip. Sorry for the interruption. That's a young son.
You're fine. That's what life's about.
That's priority right there.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and that's the body. That was the little body. I saw it. The reason why that happens is one time there was a big human that came through the window, and I told Mike, I'm like, "What, dude? You can let me get killed?" So
that goes back to like episode 12 or something.
So now he watches the background. He's like, "There's somebody behind you," and I could see him turn the corner, and Trip's like yelling at his mom, like, "What are you doing?" So I had to go. I don't like him being sad. It's not cool.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
Yeah. So again, we're here with Matthew Burton. Matthew Burton. He's Tim Burton's nephew. If you didn't know.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
No, unfortunately not.
Man, you should have let it go. I was going to be like,
I know, right?
For a second.
Right.
Like,
no relation to the Burton snowboards either. Yeah.
No, I know. See, I get that. Oh, Jeff Dunham. Yeah, nothing. But it helps me explain to people how to spell my last name. They'll be like, "What's your name, Chris Dunham? What is it? How to paint you on a stick?" Oh, really?
Oh, that's hilarious.
So, how many you now? We've been at Rotary for a while, but we've never had like one-on-one, sit down, have lunch type thing. So tell us more about your like personal side of life. Like, how long were you in prison? How did you get away with the triple homicide? And that's when you started running because you're running from the cops.
That's your active streak as a serial killer currently.
Right.
We're up to 22 now.
Really?
I love it that play along.
And
I have,
and it's all because.
So I might start telling you my life story, and you may or may not believe it. You might think it's more along the lines of what Chris is saying.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
That's why we're here.
Let's see.
We want to hear.
Yeah, I ran. I was a runner growing up. I had a scholarship to University of Arizona. I was on the the U.S. Junior World Championship team. Unfortunately, I was number 3. Only 2 went, so I lost out on that. And that was kind of my dream growing up. I injured my freshman year of college. Probably doing something stupid as 18-year-olds probably do. So I went into the field that I grew up in, and that was restaurant business. I got a degree in culinary arts with
awesome.
French cuisine in the focus of French cooking. Yeah.
Wow.
Became an executive chef at a restaurant. The first year I was there, I was the second sous chef. It was a grand opening of a restaurant. The executive chef burned out, ran away. The first sous chef, same thing, and I was the last man standing. And I became the executive chef and general manager of that restaurant for about 2 years. At that time,
in Arizona.
In Arizona, up at Lake
Okay.
Powell, though.
You don't have to
So
say the
on
name. I just so people understand this is all happening in Arizona.
in Arizona, yeah, I've lived all the way up and down Arizona.
Cool.
My wife was finishing school when I was acting general manager and executive chef. And she got her associate's degree. She needed to come down to the Phoenix area to finish her bachelor's degree at ASU. Okay. And that was in 2008, 2009.
Notice how it says ASU at ASU. Yes. Because for those that don't know, U of A and ASU are rivalries in this state. Yeah.
And I was indoctrinated. I was a student athlete at U of A, so it was maroon and gold was really difficult to see.
And a real quick addendum, and I mean real quick, a Division I athlete, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't follow sports, is a big deal. It really is.
Yeah.
You're not at a community college. You're not at a little college. Division I's a big deal. That's the pros of college athletes. So congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I was just stupid and injured myself and got out. Anyways, my wife was finishing school, and that was in 2008, 2009. So during that time, the housing market crashed. I had a job lined up right by campus as a sous chef, and I was really looking forward to it. On our move down, it closed down, boarded up. I was gone. Wow. I ended up getting a job with my great experience with a culinary degree, French cooking, executive chef experience background as an assistant manager at Denny's, working the night shift Friday and Saturday nights with the bars closed. And that was what I was doing for a while.
So you go from, you go from a sous chef, like making all the sauciers and things. Like when I hear sous chef, I think of, I don't know, this is going to date me, but Apocalypse Now when they're going down the river. And that one dude gets out of the boat because he wants to get some mangoes because he's a sous chef in New Orleans, and then the giant tigers. He's like tigers. So when people tell me they're sous chefs,
I love that this is where he goes to describe.
But it is.
I want to try all the foods. I'm gonna go get those mangoes. Yeah.
See. So that's where my head goes. So you're this anointed one, right? Executive, like number 2 sous chef. The world chaos collapses, housing market collapses, which I was part of that too. I'm sorry, not my fault.
Yeah. Well, he went from being the sous chef to the executive chef. He got a huge promotion, and he was the general manager of the restaurant.
Right, and now he's working Denny's overnight for the alcoholics.
Yep.
Wow.
That would be the equivalent of playing Wembley Arena, and then you're playing the bowling alley on Monday night. No, not even the mason jar. You'd be playing like a corner of the bowling alley.
Wow. Yeah.
That's just
the start. So my wife says I'll have a very interesting eulogy or a story when I pass away, hopefully a long time from now. Yeah. So to kind of backtrack a little bit, 9/11 happened my senior year of high school. My parents had to talk me out of joining the Marines. Wow. The 17, 18-year-old self of me, because I had a scholarship to run track and field. Of course, that's the right thing to do, right? I mean, but I had examples like Pat Tillman, especially in Arizona. So I had to get talked out of that. And so here I am, an executive chef, working 2 o'clock in the morning at Denny's, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm reading a article about a medic who gave aid to Iraqi civilians who got injured in crossfire. And it all just kind of rushed back to me. So this is 2009, 2010, right? Mm-hmm. And I just can't do it. Me and my wife just had our first son. He was about a year old when the housing market crash happened. I was working nights, weekends, holidays. My wife's going to school. And I just can't work in the restaurant industry anymore. I grew up in it. My parents owned a restaurant, and that was their life. They lived in the restaurant. And so I enlisted in the Army.
Their restaurant was in Arizona?
Prescott, yeah. They owned a restaurant in Prescott. They owned a restaurant in Gilbert for a little while, but sold it. And they sold the restaurant in Prescott now also. They're fully retired.
Real quick, tell people what an average week, hour-wise, for someone at that level at a restaurant is. I don't think they understand why people burn out.
Yeah.
Peak season, when I was executive chef and manager, I worked over 100 hours a week.
There you go.
7 days a week.
There you go.
Now here's another little thing to help people understand. Have you seen the Hulu series The Bear?
I have not.
Have you seen it?
That's
Matthew?
a good series. It gives me anxiety, but I've seen it. Yeah, it's a good series.
Okay, so but I've heard that's as close as you can get from a television standpoint of what your life was like as an executive, whatever, all the things, right? Mm-hmm. Is that an accurate statement?
I would have dreams of, how they get those paper orders and the printer would be going off. I would have dreams of that printer just not stopping. Yeah.
So there you go, Mike. Go Google The Bear and
I'll
watch
check
it.
it out.
It's with the dude from Shameless. I forget his name. Chip. It's Lip from Shameless,
okay.
the family in Chicago, the
I
Gallaghers.
like him. Yeah.
We talk about the Gallaghers all the time, Matthew, because they're real people. It was a reality TV show.
Yeah.
So now back to your story. So you're at Denny's, All-American Diner. You're like, holy smokes,
Yeah.
you get this awakening moment with somebody giving aid, and you enlist in the Army in 2009 with a wife and a 1-year-old?
Yeah, wife and a 1-year-old.
Oh my God.
Cool. So take it from there, man.
So, yeah. And can I come back to it? I just want to talk about The Bear again. That's based in Chicago, so Illinois, too.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm distracted. So, yeah,
Love Chicago.
it's fine. I enlisted in the Army.
Squirrel.
Yeah. I enlisted in the Army as a medic. So I worked at Denny's for about a year. So now my son is 2. And his birthday's July 5th. I enlist, I think it's July 14th. So right after his second birthday. I go to basic training in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and I do my medic training in San Antonio, Texas. Then I get stationed in Fort Lewis, Washington, and that's why I'm back in Arizona, because I spent 4 years in the Pacific Northwest. Needed to come back to the sunshine. I deployed to Afghanistan in 2012, 2013. And that was, we had my daughter when my son was 3. So a year after I enlisted, we had our daughter. And then I deployed to Afghanistan in 12, 13. Kind of. Over a Christmas release time during training. Yeah. Is that too much?
So, no, it's not. It's not at all, dude. There's nothing I'm not allowed to talk about here.
No,
so
we're on
you
the
didn't.
internet. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, you didn't reference the age. I want to know how old you were when you enlisted, because you
Yes.
didn't go right out of high school like you wanted to. So how old are you in 2009?
2010 was when I enlisted.
Okay.
I enlisted, I think, in March, but it was delayed entry. I didn't go to basic training until July. So I was 26. So I was old. I was old at basic training.
Wow.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was pretty old and mature.
But how was that going through basic training as a 26-year-old?
I think I had a lot more. I went through unnoticed a lot of times. I became platoon leader like the last 2 or 3 weeks again, because I think I was older and
Mature enough to be
steady.
able to deal with it.
Yeah, but then the drill sergeants thought they never even seen me until I became the platoon leader. And who are you? You've been here the whole time. So I played it smart.
That's all.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And then
so 26 years old, boot camp. Yep. Go ahead.
Deployed to Afghanistan 2012-13. I did receive, while I was deployed, a combat medic badge. Combat medic badges are only given to medics who gave aid while under fire. So we did see some stuff there. I'm glad to have come home. I know, Chris, you have military in your family, right?
I do.
So, yeah, and so I came home. I got out of active duty, and the next step for a combat medic was to continue on to the medicine field. But for those who may be considering enlisting as a medic, when you get out, you are an EMT basic. So you could drive ambulances, give oxygen, and help people take their own medicine, and that's pretty much it.
Really?
So yeah, there's really you're even though like I was able to do lots of almost surgical assists.
Right, that's what I'm going to say. So
procedures
you're combat. You get a medal for a combat medic. So you're dressing wounds. You're applying pressure on a bullet wound. Your tourniquet stuff. Your blood pressure. All the kind of stuff that you MASH. You're a MASH guy, right? So for those you don't like, Google MASH. Google MASH the series.
And they basically credit you with nothing of that.
Wow.
Like it never happened.
So yeah, as a civilian in the civilian world, you could practice the EMT basic. You have to go and get certified and all these other things on the civilian side to be able to be a paramedic or otherwise.
That's insane.
So I went to school I got my bachelor's degree in 3 years after I got out active duty in psychology and biological sciences. Went to a physician assistant program here in Mesa, AT Still University, and I was a physician assistant and practiced as a physician assistant. And kind of the same thing happened to me as the restaurant business. I had less hours, but the hours I was working as a physician assistant, like there was no, if my kids called, I couldn't get to them. I couldn't be there
Right.
for them if they called me. And then I started taking a lot of that stuff home with me. Then dealing with insurances, administration, increasing patient loads, less time with patients, and like all that stuff. I just wasn't doing well. And then I became a financial advisor, and that's what I'm doing now. And I actually really love it. And it's been really, really fulfilling. It gives me the opportunity to do things like these runs that I'm planning and stuff. So,
Well,
And to come on the Chris and Mike show, which is broadcasting live
Yeah.
in 23 countries around the
23
world.
countries around the world.
there you go.
First off, I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you for your service, and especially
Thank you.
you for being a medic. That's amazing. I'm sure you saw things nobody should see, but those guys were thankful you were there. So
Yep.
Yeah.
that's awesome unto itself. And I think the second message that people should hear, especially those in that business, is the restaurant business needs to figure out a different way if there is one, because I hear that story over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, the other
obviously,
thing,
the
too-
medical system is imploding because that story I've heard on podcasts. I've seen documentaries. My mom worked in a hospital for almost 40 years. I'm intimately familiar with the way that our medical system is imploding, and nobody seems to really be able to do anything about it because, like you just said, insurance companies and the government have a stranglehold on that business.
Yeah.
The other thing too, if you want to relate back to people to understand what Matthew's life was like in the medical side of it, I have a surgeon, an ER doctor I sold a house to, and he said the series The Pit with Noah Wiley nails it. That's like if you want to know what it's truly like to be a medical professional in an emergency room setting, watch The Pit. Like he nailed it.
I haven't seen
would you-
that, but if it
Okay.
strips away the romanticizing of
It
like
does.
all these
It
other
does.
medical shows and everything, like shows the reality of it, I'm all for watching those
Yeah.
things. Don't
Yeah,
be
yeah.
deceived of what it really is.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Andrew, the friend of mine, doctor, he's like, we were playing poker one night at his house, poker night, and it got brought up because it was the real estate guy and then three doctors. I'm like, oh, I fell inept here, like big time. And so I asked, I'm like, you ever seen the show The Pit? And they're all like, that's the best show. It's the most accurate show you're ever going to watch when it comes to what it's really like from the doctor and the medical staff's point of view. And I think Wiley won.
Check that out.
I think Wiley won an Emmy or something. I don't forget what TV is. I think it's
Yeah,
he won an
television
Emmy
would
for
be
that.
an Emmy.
Yeah, so he won an Emmy. It's set in Pittsburgh, thus The Pit. The really cool thing, I won't give up the whole series synopsis of it, but the what haunts them in the first, it's kind of like, remember the show 24 with Kiefer Sutherland?
Oh yeah.
Same concept. So every episode is an hour. So you have a full day, 24 episodes. That's the season.
It's real time. That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, real time, and then it kind of has these flashbacks to COVID because that was the PTSD that the doctors. Nobody ever talked about doctors and nurses dealing with PTSD, right? It's all you got to focus on the patient. You're just supposed to be these non-caring, stoic, like just
Inert, non-emotional.
Yes.
Yep.
That's it. No
empa-
emotions.
Yeah, no empathy, nothing. You're just there to stitch and move on. And so it kind of goes back and forth with that PTSD struggle of the COVID years. It was years. So it's a really cool show if you haven't watched it, Mike. It's from three different doctors sitting at a poker table saying, yeah, that's the best you're ever going to get when it comes to what really that's like. There you go. And that's same with the bear, the restaurant side of life. So Matthew's lived both of those. That's insane.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a life resume, man.
All you need
Good
to
for
do
you.
is do Chris's job, and then you'll have the trifecta of high stress environments.
Right.
There you go.
I do have one of the highest stress. This is a true story, Matthew. I sold two houses. There was a family, they were moving, and the one of them I've known since '76. So he and his wife are moving, and then having the wife's parents move with them to a community in the East Valley. And his in-laws were so emotionally attached to this house. When we got done, Tony says to me, I don't know how you do your job. I negotiate hostage situations for a living, and I wouldn't take your job to save for anything. Just for how I had to deal with his father-in-law. And he's a super nice human. Like, he raised all his children in this house. He was just emotionally vested, and it was a struggle for him to go. But getting that back from somebody who actually lived and breathed hostage situations, and he's a guy now that he's retired, but he does. I'm not going to explain it right. Missing case, or missing persons, whatever. Where you just have a pile of bones. His thing now is trying to put a name to those bones. So that's kind of like his life's work once he's left the homicide that he was at in Maricopa County. Fascinating human, but yeah. So I can't even imagine. You've had 3 high stress level jobs in your lifetime, and how old are you?
I'm 41 right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And wow. That is crazy. So let's go back to your other stuff. The Scarface Mountain. What is that's 360? What is the tell the people what the and I'll throw the thing up. It's because I got to sign up for it anyway because I keep telling Nick we got to do that. So it's a 5K family fun run. And what are the costs for that? I know it's changing. It's evolving.
So yeah, the fun run is a 1 mile fun run. It's the half mile out, half mile back. It's $20. Cool. The 5K right now. Oh shoot.
Uh-oh.
I believe it's $40. I'm so sorry if I have that wrong. $40 for the 5K, and the 10K is $50. December 1st, prices will be increased by $5. Okay. Lots of great things that come with that. The top finisher of the 5K and the 10Ks will each get a $100 gift card to a local running store,
Nice.
which was a great sponsor. Forward Footwear, which is in Northeast Mesa.
Okay.
They're also providing $50 gift cards to those who return the silver bars, the missing silver bars.
How much are the silver bars worth in relation to the $50? What's the
pennies?
Okay.
I haven't. It can't. We'll see. I haven't found the perfect silver bar yet, but we'll have something for that. Every person will also get a race shirt and a finisher pint glass that will have the race logos on it. The pint glass is really cool. I'm working on and trying to find a photographer to pay them to provide free finisher photos for all the race participants also. So there's a lot included in that. Compared to other races, price-wise, I think
good.
it's amazing. Yeah. So, but it should be a lot of fun too.
Yeah, Nikki and I started. Well, Nikki ran cross country in high school. I ran the 800, but I trained with the sprinters. So the longest I ever ran was the 800, right? So
that was my event. Was 800 in college.
Oh, right on. So when we got to the point to where I wanted to start running, we started with 5Ks with a local company called Arizona Run Your Race, or Run Your Race AZ. So we started doing 5Ks, and then the better and better we got at 5Ks, then obviously, so 10Ks and 15Ks, things like that. But that's where I started running and getting the running bug was 5Ks. So, you do a 5K for 40 minutes, think you're a stud, and then later, 3 years later, you're running across fish 26 minutes. Woohoo! Then my son, the Marine, hey Dad, I just did a 5K in 19 minutes. Like, shut up, man. Just shut up. 19 minutes? Like, really? And I can't catch him doing that at all. I beat his plank. He held like a 3-minute plank, so my job was to crush him. So my best plank's 9.5 minutes, and then he did a 6-minute mile. So it took me 2.5 years to get there, but I did 2 5-minute 55-second back-to-back miles. So I beat him. I was 53 at the time, so I was pretty proud of that.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's really quick.
When I told him I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna come get you. He's like, okay, old man. But still,
challenge accepted.
I could see my son saying that to me soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So how old are your kids now?
17 and 14.
Okay, right on.
I have a son who's
cool.
17. He's a senior in high school, and my daughter, 14. She's a freshman.
Okay. Do both of them run? Do they get the running bug?
I kind of have to drag my son is running a lot right now on his own. My daughter wants to do everything, and she is really short, and she did track and field, and she loves high jump, and not the right genes for that, but she loves it and she does it. I want them to find what they love to do, so it's really like I want them to love running, but they don't love it like I do. Yeah.
The most important question is, do you now know everything because they're at the age where they know everything?
I never knew everything, especially young knowledge. I was old at a young age.
We have that in common, for sure.
I learned to piss off my son. He got in trouble one day, so I made him go run with us. He beat not just he beat everybody. Like he was the first one across the finish line. It was my first ever thing I did with Run Your Race AZ. It was the Real Talk USA Run Your Race 5 or Feed My Starving Children 5K, because we were doing our first charity thing when I was doing my radio show. So I partnered with Run Your Race Arizona. So Jake was pissed off. He got in trouble or something. So made him go to the race, and legit, he beat everybody. And I'm like, I'm going to piss you off more, son. I forget the time too. It was a crazy time. He would be able to tell you. But it had to be around 20 minutes. And he never ran a day in his life. Like, it wasn't anything that he wanted to do aside from the little sprints and stuff you do at baseball and football practice. It wasn't long distance. But I made him go because he did something wrong. And so,
he won it.
Just
voila.
Just, yeah. Yeah. So just piss your son off, man. And, well, I guess you can't now because he's 17, So hindsight, when he has his grandkids, tell him, hey, just piss off your 8-year-old and then make him run with you. And then it's,
it's lifelong passion.
Right. Yeah. So then let's talk a little bit about you. Let's talk a little bit about United Sound.
Yeah. Are you able to share a screen? Can you?
Yes.
Go to I've done a post about United Sound. So I want to talk about how I'm raising money for United Sound.
Is this one good?
I mentioned
Can you see that?
Is that make a donation? Oh, yes, yep. Perfect. The pledge. Okay, if people want to go to this pledge, this website that has the pledge link, and pledge per kilometer per mile, and that will really help me one more loop. Every
Tell
time, like, I'm
what
filling
that
down.
Website is, please.
Yeah. What is the website? Because I just clicked it. I don't know the domain of it because the URL is crazy.
Yeah, that is the United Sound website. I don't know if there's a direct link.
So just Google United Sound.
Well, I can just click
United
right there.
Sound.
There it is. So yeah, unitedsound.org. Just go to unitedsound.org, and
you should be able to find it. And I might have to get them to make it more, because they kind of hit it. It's only accessible by the link that I share on socials.
Yeah, that's how I found it.
I'll have them open it up. Up. So donate per kilometer or mile, and that will really help me continue going.
Okay.
Awesome.
The longest I've run is 31 miles. My goal for this, I've got 3 goals. That's kind of how I typically live. I have a baseline 100 kilometers, which is 62 miles. That's my baseline goal. I feel like no matter what happens, I think I could hit that mark, and it's a big mark. But then my next goal on top of that is 100 miles, and that is going the full 24 hours, finishing 100 miles. And then my third goal on top of that is to do anything above 100 miles. And
that's crazy,
what that will go towards the United Sound. And the United Sound is a great peer mentoring program. They offer middle school, high school, and even college level special needs mentorships to get the special needs kids and disabled kids to be able to participate in music programs. It's not a music program, it's a peer mentoring. And they've actually been around for 10 years. They're just coming out with some research that shows very significant findings in improved coping skills, being able to live in adulthood. Like, there's so many great benefits to this program that they're finding, and it's just such a great thing.
That's really
and for
cool.
for those of you watching us live, I just put it on the Chris and Mike Show page. It's right there. Donate to Matthew's charity
Thank you
run.
so
United
much.
Sound here's
Very cool.
This is what we do, man.
That's why we're here.
There's,
That's awesome.
There's that for sure. And so just make sure you understand that, because like when Michael Scott, my buddy Michael Scott, he was doing the Dunham Marathon 5K for rabies awareness thing, and he signed up. Actually, it was before that. It was his first race ever. Oscar, his employee Oscar, wanted him to sign up for races
per mile. Per mile,
yeah.
yes.
Per mile.
And he put $25, and I was like, woo! I've always tried to do the math for that episode, but I can never figure it out because they don't actually say how many miles that Oscar's nephew ran. But I can just imagine, because it's kind of like, that one event, I think it's called Around the World, where you're running nonstop for 24 hours, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You know that thing, Matthew? I'm sure you do. Where you're just running, it's just nonstop. But yeah, so it's per mile, which is cool. What's the average that people donate for that per mile?
I've had someone donate 50 cents per mile. I've had someone donate, I think, $3 per mile so far.
Okay.
I've had one person do $5 per mile. So the hope is that $5 per mile donation will be $500. That 50 cent per mile donation will be $50. So 10 cents per mile, whatever it is, like, I don't care. Anyone who donates will increase the impact of what we're doing. So
cool. Right on.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So again, you can go to Chris and Mike Show Facebook page and the links there. Sign up for that for sure. So anything else you want to touch on, Matthew?
No, as my dog is going crazy. No, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming on. It's so nice to meet you, man.
Yeah. Well, I already know him, so it's cool to have you come on. It's cool to have you come see the other side of me, instead of just.
It's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm just, I'm just like, hi, I'm Chris. Welcome. So there's that. So if you want to find anything about Matthew, go to our Facebook page. It's on there, specifically United Sound thing. Then I'll go ahead and share the Scarface Mountain Run, which is usually January 3rd. And then, so January 3rd is the Scarface Mountain, correct?
Yes.
And then January 24th is the United Sound?
January 24th is the United Sound Run, which is my 42nd birthday. So that's what I'm doing for my birthday this year.
Very nice.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So so before we go, we wrap up all the shows like this, but I want to share something that, real quick here.
And don't log off when you're done. We got to make sure that you're
yet,
uploaded.
Matthew. Don't log off yet, Matthew. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong profile. Sorry.
He's in the wrong profile.
Well, I just come on. Discussion. Wow, it's just dragging.
Stupid tech.
My connection was slow getting on today.
It's okay. Okay.
There's been some power outages down here in the valley.
I'll tell you what, there's something weird going on because I kept losing connection as I was driving back and forth to Michigan today. Like in my car, you would have huge dead spots where I never have them before.
So we wrap up every show like this, and the reason why this picture's there, we lost Steve over the weekend. Not sure why, but he decided to take his own life, and it just, it's if you're feeling sad, depressed, suicidal, go outside and run, go scream in a pillow, go journal, find somebody to talk to. If you can't find somebody to talk to, go to text 988. Somebody's there waiting to talk to you, to help you understand that it's okay. Tomorrow is a better day with you in it, because you're going to leave a hole in somebody's heart, i.e. right there. Somebody does love you. Somebody will miss you. So just, don't go to that extreme, because you have no idea what kind of impact that action is going to have on everybody around you. This is someone that Nikki and I mean, for years and years and years, we went to Rattlers games with them. It's one of those things that's like, it didn't have to happen. So, you're not alone. You're seen. Somebody will love you. Somebody loves you. Somebody will miss you. You just don't do it. Text 988. Somebody's there to help you. They're standing by waiting to help you. That's what they do. For Chris and Mike, I'm Chris. He's Mike. This is Matthew Burton. Until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. All 23 of our countries that we have now, you guys are fantastic, and we're here because you allow us to be so. So that being said, love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you, guys.
Matthew. Love you, man. Love the running. Love the charities. Love all the things you do, because that's what we're all about, man. Life resumes. Your life resume is outstanding.
Come back and tell us about this ultra marathon, please.
Yeah, we'll have you back
would
on.
love to. Yeah.
We'll have you back on in January. All right, everybody. Until next time. See you.
Peace.
Yeah, don't.
Quickly, we gonna fly